where are you from? Where are you originally from?
Goodman, Mississippi.
Goodman, Mississippi. And what was growing up in Mississippi like as a child in the 40s and 50s?
Uh, they was like every kid, growing up. Uh, we was farmers. My dad raised cotton and corn and hogs, cows, and horses. We rode the school bus to school and just normal kids activities.
During the 40s and 50s, who were some of your like heroes and role models during that time, like public figures that you looked up to in the 40s and 50s?
The Kennedys, John F. Kennedy was one of them. He was the president at this time, and he was probably the most prominent figure.
In your opinion, do you think who was the best president that you've witnessed throughout since Kennedy up until now?
I would have to say Jimmy Carter.
And what was some of the great things he did?
Well, he did a lot, for the Democrats. He kind of looked out for the poor folks. He helped out the farmers, which my dad was a farmer.
So you say so during the 40s and 50s, growing up in Mississippi, what was the racism like for you and your family growing up?
It was kind of rough in the 50s because you couldn't go a lot of places. You had to ride the bus, sit in the back of the public bus transportation. And they had separate restrooms and water fountains. That was one of the things that it was made it rough. You couldn't go in a lot of places, especially restaurants.
So because of course I know the history, but you lived through it. So you would try to go get something to eat and they would just say no colored folks allowed, pretty much.
Yeah, well, you knew they had signs on all of them, colors, white only, and stuff like that. And the schools were all black, your own public school. Matter of fact, they had school buses, all black. They had our own little schoolhouse, which was made out of wood.
So the black schools, they were not as good as the white schools.
No, they wasn't.
I was going to say, how did you guys navigate through that? But I guess because that's just how it always was at the time. You guys knew it is what it is, and that's just the way you dealt with it, right?
Yeah. The school principals was all, black. School teachers all black. We didn't have no white teachers.
Did you have any relationships with like white people during that time, or it was like you couldn't interact or talk with them or anything?
No, you couldn't really interact to them because they didn't associate with you, and we didn't associate with them.
So, what was your relationship with your parents like growing up?
Oh, we had a good relationship. With 10 kids in the family. You had to.
Golly.
It was 10 of us. We all, it was 3 of us that slept in one bed.
How many bedrooms were there?
That was like 4 bedrooms.
4 bedrooms with 10
And
kids.
yeah,
Dang.
2 fireplaces. We burned wood. My mom, she basically cooked every day, like meat and bread, basically.
For all 10 kids.
Yeah,
And your dad was out farming, right?
yeah. He farmed. Plus, he did carpenter work too. He was a good handyman.
And that's where you learned a lot of your handy skills from, right?
Yeah,